The New York Times just recently published an article titled Ultra-Processed Foods Linked to Colorectal Cancer in Women Under 50. The author was investigating a new research study that was just recently published in JAMA. And I quote from the New York Times, from 1991 to 2015, researchers followed more than 29,000 different female nurses who were in their mid 20s to early 40s at the start of the study. The nurses filled out a detailed dietary questionnaire every 4 years, and all of them had at least one colonoscopy before the age of 50. The scientists found that nurses who consumed the most ultra processed foods, that was about 10 servings per day, were 45% more likely to have the common type of precancerous polyps called a conventional adenoma than those who consumed the least amount, which was about 3 servings per day. So, what is an ultra processed food? I went and did the research. I think the easiest way to boil down what an ultra processed food is if you can't make it in your kitchen, like replicate an Oreo or a Nutter Butter, then, right, that's probably going to be an ultra processed food. That's probably the simplest way that I can break it down. If you can't recreate it, it's probably an ultra processed food. Ultra processed foods are designed to be crunchier, to be tastier, to have the perfect texture, and so on and so forth, which also makes it really easy to overeat these types of foods. These types of foods include soda, candy, chips, right? All the goodies. This is an alarm bell that I have been ringing for a while. Last year, I wrote a post on this exact same topic, the increasing rates of colorectal cancer in people under the age of 50, which is really something we haven't seen before. In fact, the NIH's National Cancer Institute reported that colorectal cancer is the number one deadliest cancer for men under 50, and I think it's the number three deadliest cancer for women under 50. So here's my take. When you consume a diet that is high in ultra processed foods, right, foods that are high in calories and low in nutrients, you don't leave much room to actually go get those sources of nutrients. This means that you are missing out on sources of fiber, vitamins, minerals, and other protective compounds and nutrients. We live in what is considered an obesogenic environment, which means that it's easier for us to go find hyper palatable, super tasty, high calorie, and low nutrient dense foods. Over time, a diet that is high in calories and low in nutrients is really going to set the stage or the environment for things like colorectal cancer to develop. You protect yourself when you consume a diet that is rich in whole, nutrient dense foods like lean proteins, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, low fat dairy, nuts, seeds, beans, and legumes.